Hey, what's up? This is Brandon Simmons for BrandonSimmons.biz. This is my weekly video blog called Bullheaded, a review of the Houston Texans news, as well as a preview of the upcoming game matchups. So, this week, the Texans will be going on the road to take on the New England Patriots, who are going to be starting their rookie quarterback, first round pick, Drake May. So, we'll get into all that, what they need to do to win that game. But first, let's go ahead and relive some of last week's game. So, Texans faced the Buffalo Bills, beat them 23-20, and it was kind of a similar game to the Jacksonville Jaguars game. Only difference is Buffalo Bills came into this game with a much better record. They matched our 3-1 record at the time with their 3-1 record, and one of us walked out with 4-1. You know what I'm saying? So, it was a great win by the Texans, and it's kind of one of those. But it was a great win by the Texans. Um, but it was still kind of done in a fashion as in a Jacksonville game, and so maybe it's one of those things where you kind of half glass empty, half glass full, type of things. Considering that Buffalo had a way better record than Jacksonville, and even though they came in like kind of a similar scenario as what I mentioned last week. You know what I'm saying? A team getting blown, Buffalo being a team that was blown out on prime time, uh, in the previous week, coming into, coming into the Texas Stadium to, really put up a good fight. Um, and I mean, the Texans, just like against Jacksonville, uh, they went out to a great start. Cam Akers got a touchdown. Nico Collins, before he got hurt, he actually got a touchdown as well. Actually jumped, Texans jumped out to a 14-3 lead in the first quarter. And eventually that 14-3 lead in the first quarter led to being a 20-3 lead in the third quarter. So after that, Buffalo really kind of just dug in and, just stormed all the way back to tie the game at 20. Um, excuse me, tied the game at 20 in the fourth quarter, and that led to another game-winning drive by C.J. Stroud, Kaimi Fairbairn for the clutch 59-yard field goal to win the game. So, like I said, great win, and I think a lot of people look at this one a little bit more favorably than the Jacksonville game, just compared to the records that Buffalo and Jacksonville have. One of the things that I just really kind of harped on, I just really stood out to me. CJ Stroud, stat line of 28 to 38, 331, one touchdown, one pick, and one sack. That one sack, that's what really just kind of stood out to me, jumped out to me from there. You know what I'm saying? A low total compared to, this previous weeks of being sacked multiple times. So, and I'm looking at my little notes right here. I don't see too many, I don't see too many penalties on the offensive line. Maybe like one or two false starts on, other positions, but offensive line really just kind of held it down, played disciplined football and things of that nature. Really just keeping a clean pocket. So big ups to them. Real MVPs of this game, if you ask me. Just holding that together. So my overall, yeah, that's just my overall take from that. Really, you can see the improvements that the team said they were going to work on. They pulled out a huge, close win against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and it seemed like the message was like, we're not satisfied with this. You know what I'm saying? We want to be better than this, and you know what I'm saying? They really kind of showed that a little bit against the Buffalo Bills, a much better team on paper. Buffalo's going through their own, struggles or whatever, but a still very much better team in competition um, compared to Jacksonville at this time. So, and Texans really showed that they've been working on things. It's a long season, so there's still more work to be done. But for right now, you can see the progress that was made. So, moving on from that, talking about injuries a little bit, with the big topic being Nico Collins is going to be out for the next 4 games. He injured his hamstring on the 67-yard touchdown a this past Sunday against the Buffalo Bills, and so After that touchdown, they just kind of, I guess the training staff noticed something or he told them something, and they took him to the medical tent and everything, and he was out for the game, obviously, and he'll be out for a little bit in the foreseeable future. And so with him being out, that kind of takes away our number one receiver at the moment. And I put an emphasis on kind of, because we still have Stefon Diggs, we still have Tank Dell, and Stefon Diggs, he has that experience as being a number one receiver, a lead receiver, and all that good stuff. He was that in Buffalo, he was that in Minnesota, so I think this is an opportunity to, kind of step up with that. But also, if he doesn't, we have Tank Dell. Tank Dell, had a dynamic rookie season. You know what I'm saying? This year he's been kind of trying to find his way in the mix a little bit. You know what I'm saying? With the emergence of Nico Collins, and with Stefon Diggs really coming in and just doing what he do. So Tank Dell's been trying to find his way. He seems to be kind of picking things up a little bit more as the season goes along. So hopefully he finds his rhythm within these next 4 weeks and really just stabilize this team. And there's others out there that we got. So John Mechie, Xavier Hutchinson. I know fans have been raving about both of these guys for the longest time since they came in, and I know they've really been waiting on to see Mechie really come in and get his Mechie just really come in and get his just due. After initially drafting him, and then the cancer diagnosis and all that stuff, they really want to see him like just kind of come back and really step into his role. So yeah, those are some of the others that are there. Robert Woods, he's unfortunately going to be out this week, and ain't no telling how much longer after this weekend. But should he come back, he'll be a nice addition as well, and especially Steven Sims. I think he'll provide us some, kick returner, punt returner. He'll definitely provide a boost in that receiving core while Nico is out. So, quick touch on some of the injuries. Kamari Lassiter, Jimmie Ward, and Robert Woods are listed as out for this week. So that's going to be something really. That's going to be a tough thing for our secondary, especially with Lassiter and Ward out. You know what I'm saying? Those guys are pretty solid players. They got us, in top 5 in pass defense right now. So I think Caleb Bullock this is definitely his opportunity to really just kind of step up and show out on different things. Joe Mixon, and Dameon Pierce, they did return to practice. Why can't I read? Anyway, yeah, Mixon has a questionable designation for his game status. So, it could be a game time decision or whatever for him, for Joe Mixon. But, really positive considering he's missed like the last few weeks. I think right after week 1, he's been out. So definitely a positive sign to see him return to action. Dameon Pierce hasn't played at all this season, dealing with a hamstring injury. So, he's set to return, and that'll be a nice welcome back for him. Would love to see him continue his sophomore. We'd love to see him, not even a sophomore. I'm scratched. We'd love to see him continue his rookie season efforts. His sophomore season, it was kind of meh. You know what I'm saying? But definitely want to see him come back strong and where he left off of his rookie season. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, it's going to be kind of iffy to see where he lands as far as within the lineup. You got Agumbawale, you got Cam Akers, possibly. I haven't seen Cam Akers on the injury report, so he may or may not be high on the depth chart as far as being the number 2 back, or maybe even the starter if Mixon isn't playing this weekend. So we'll see how that goes. So with that being said, time to get into the game review, or game preview actually. And so this week, Texans are going to be going up against the New England Patriots, and they've been kind of figuring things out on their own. They obviously they lost Tom Brady like many years ago, and so they just been kind of on a carousel of quarterbacks. At one point they had Cam Newton, at one point they had Mac Jones, and Mac Jones is now a backup for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So that tells you all you need to know about how that quarterback search is actually going right now. So right now the latest project, if you will, is first round pick Drake May, and with May, they kind of they let him have some preseason burn, but what I'm saying, they decided to kind of sit him out. What I'm saying, at the start of the year, and so I guess they just felt like when he just really wasn't ready yet. What I'm saying, till they decide that he'll be ready, and so I sense that well. For so far for this season, they only got one game out of it. And they've been led by Jacoby Brissett, and so they won the season opener. Haven't really seen too much success since then. So I guess they're deciding to bring it in May, just to kind of see like where he's at. Is he? Sorry, watching this game, somebody did some crazy taunt or something. So, uh, but yeah, I guess they want to see like kind of where he's at, and so it's not going to be an easy game. I don't like to say that, this is an easy game for any opponent, even with a rookie quarterback. All these games can go haywire, you know what I'm saying? So it can go left for the person that's coming in and just not taking it serious. So Texans are going to have to take it serious, and I don't doubt that they will take it serious. So, going to be an interesting turn of events for this team. Um, so here's what they need to do to actually go in and win this game, in my opinion. So number one, Stefon Diggs needs to return to being number one. So feed him the ball. What I'm saying, give him the priority on the targets. What I'm saying, just really look for him, and they'll probably I don't think they have a gauge on like who is the next man up. I think they'll probably go after him first. And as just assuming that, what I'm saying, he has the experience and he'll just be stepping up as the like, what I'm saying, lead receiver. So I would say until they actually show that they're going to take away Stefon Diggs, I would just go after him. Probably use him in the routes that he's kind of used to right now, and then like maybe try some deeper stuff if you can with him. But definitely feed him the ball often. He's had more than 6 targets in each game after week 2. So, what I'm saying, you see him getting comfortable in the offense, things like that. Just feed him the ball, what I'm saying, make sure he's involved, getting a heavy share of looks and everything. And obviously, yeah, distribute the ball to Tank Dell and, whoever else is at receiver. But I would say let Stefon Diggs lead the way on this one, and then we'll just take it from there. Number 2, O-line has to build on last week's performance. So, as I mentioned, I raved about the O-line just only giving up 1 sack. Just 1 sack. You know what I'm saying? And so, to me, I like that. I like that. You know what I'm saying? He had a clean pocket. He's at that Stroud has a clean pocket. Stroud's able to make more decisions, better decisions, if you will. Take a little bit more time, but not too much time because these D linemen are still fast. So, uh, but definitely, just build on that performance. Continue to keep a clean pocket. Reduce the penalties as well. I think that was also a huge thing. A lot of times you get these like false starts, or you get a holding or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It pushes the offense back. And so when you push the offense back, you really can't get into your run game like you want to. So yeah, instead of, what I'm saying, having a 2nd and long or a 3rd and 15 or 3rd and long, something like that, what I'm saying, just kind of stay off the penalties, play disciplined football, and then you can create the 3rd and shorts, the 2nd and shorts, things like that, 4th and shorts. You know what I'm saying? Just make those later downs more manageable, so we can, what I'm saying, pound them with the run game, and just start converting here and there. So definitely get that going as far as like reducing the penalties. Yeah, reduce the penalties to get more variety out of the offense. Uh, Third and final thing, number 3, challenge the rookie's knowledge. So May's been sitting on the sideline since the start of the season. Um, you know what I'm saying? And he's a rookie. He's obviously that franchise going forward into the future at the moment. So they want to feed him as much information as they possibly can. They want to make sure, like, hey, this da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? He's had time to like actually watch the game in real time, see things happen and form. You know what I'm saying? See things formulate in real time. He's actually able to you know what I'm saying, in addition to watching film. So he's kind of like he's getting like a double it's kind of like he's getting a double type of education, if you will. You know what I'm saying? It's like the lab, then it's the lab. He's like he's getting a lab and a lecture. You know what I'm saying? So anybody that's been to college know what I'm talking about. So yeah, his lab is a little bit more exciting than the labs I had in college. I just want to put that out there, but I don't. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Anyway, so yeah, it's sort of like that. You know what I'm saying? So he's learning it from all different aspects, and you know what I'm saying, his lab is going to be, he's going to have actually like hands-on lab as far as like getting in the game, you know what I'm saying, this week. And so he's going to be able to, he's going to have to process like all that information in like real time, because it's different, you know what I'm saying, when you're studying something and you can just like maybe recite it and all this other stuff, but when you're actually like taking a test, you know what I'm saying, with no answers on beside of you, or closed book tests, or no notes, things like that. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a little bit it's gonna be a little bit different. So when he's actually having to put this information into play, you know what I'm saying, with the crowd going crazy, and with the D lineman breathing down your neck, and you know what I'm saying, talking trash about you and all this other stuff. He's gonna have to like process that mentally and really just go out there to perform it. So it's up to our defense, up to the Texans defense, to go out there and just kind of challenge them on that, and as to like, what did you actually study? What did you actually see on film? You know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? What are you actually going to do against this coverage, that coverage? You know what I'm saying? And D'Amico Ryan's like, he's a pretty smart coach, especially as a defensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying? Like, he led that 49ers defense for a couple of years or so, and you know what I'm saying, that was a pretty solid, well, more than solid, it was a pretty great defense. So he's definitely gonna be looking. D'Amico probably is personally going to be looking for blood for this against this rookie quarterback, and just coming in there and just kind of, what I'm saying, really strike fear in him when he lines up across from this Texans defense. So yeah, that's all I got for y'all this week. Just need Stefon Diggs to return to that number one receiver role. Let the O line build on last week's performance, keeping a clean pocket and reducing the penalties, and also challenge the rookie's knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Challenge what he's learned so far this season, what he's learned from studying, if he's studying, because we all know the Jamarcus Russell story by now. But all jokes aside, you know what I'm saying? Just challenge what he knows, what he's seen, what he has seen on the field from the sideline, and what he's seen on camera, and just, you know what I'm saying, just see if he got what it takes. So that's all I got for y'all this week. I'm Brandon Simmons for BrandonSimmons.biz. If you're watching this on Facebook, facebook.com/BrandonBlog is my page. Like my page. I got more content to come. If you're watching this on YouTube, like this video, click the subscribe button. I got more content like this to come. So I'm Brandon Simmons for BrandonSimmons.biz. Holla black.